Hello everyone, and welcome to a pros and cons of the video game Heal on Not Now Mom, I'm Gaming. These are short videos featuring gameplay clips or screenshots so as not to show too much in the spoiler department. Links to this review are in the description below. Let the reviewing begin. First, the cons. Movement and interacting. In order to move, you'll have to click the area you want to move to, and then click again. And again, and so on and so forth whenever you want to start walking. I really wish they'd made it so you could just hold the mouse button down and have him walk, but that isn't the case. I just don't see why we had to constantly click a button to move when we already hold buttons to interact with things. And speaking of interactions, like I stated, you had to hold the mouse button down in order to engage puzzles or look through doors and such, which I constantly mess up by clicking once, since you only need to click once to move. And when you only click once when you have to hold the mouse button, there's a short moment of time where you can't hold the mouse button down in order to engage it. You have to wait like a second or something. It's not long and it's not a huge problem, but it's an annoyance after a while at getting it wrong. Some puzzles were tedious. Listen. I've solved a lot of puzzles in hidden object games, and many of them were difficult and took a while because I hate skipping or asking for hints unless I cannot get it at all. But when you add in a speedrun achievement to a game that requires you to be very specific in some of the puzzles that you have to get right to get the proper time for that achievement, it really sucks. The puzzle I'm speaking about is a ball puzzle where you had to stop a timer 4 different times on the correct numbers in order to move the ball along the length of the maze appropriately. If it hits a side or if it doesn't reach the end hole, you have to redo it. This puzzle is tough to get right in the first try, so that whole speedrun achievement can be easily ruined by this one puzzle. And then there are other puzzles that you get clues to solving, but I feel like the clues aren't in any set order, and you're left wondering in what order do you place the information that you've acquired. It takes too much time when everything is basically handed to you otherwise. Vague storyline until the end. The game is called Heal, but all throughout the game there's not much of a concept to that title. Heal what? Heal from what? Occasionally we get to play the piano at the end of some chapters, but again without concept. There's really no clue, except maybe when you start tinkering with the television. It all pieces together at the end, and I just kind of wish the build-up was better. We're going through a house with odd puzzles, and that's it. There's definitely a psychological aspect to the game. Maybe the old man is interpreting things in his own way to his own memories, but it's all beyond me. And now for the pros. A lot of puzzles. First off, I really like the amount of puzzles they place into the game with it being so short, and second, the puzzles are all different and unique and of varying levels of difficulty. That doesn't mean that I like all the puzzles, obviously, but I like the fact that they aren't all easy and they aren't all difficult and time-consuming. I've played a lot of hidden object games that offer a variety of puzzles, and while some of these aren't new, I enjoy the refresher on how different puzzles can be from game to game. And of course, not all of them can be done just by engaging the puzzles themselves. Sometimes you have to look around for clues first. I guess this game could kind of be an escape room in that sense. You're trying to escape different areas, I don't know. I don't often play a lot of escape room games. Variety of environments. We aren't just stuck to a household scenario in one chapter after another. We do go outside, and when that happens, you're also able to change the settings of the weather, so to speak. This goes hand in hand with the puzzles you'll be doing during this chapter, but I still like the unique way to manipulate what the weather might be like and what time it is. Even in the house, however, you're in different rooms, so it's not the same once you exit through a door and enter a separate chapter. Not to mention, there's some dark aspects to the house you're sometimes in that'll make a more ominous effect. And that's the end of our pros and cons review of Heal. Thanks for watching, everyone, and don't get in too much trouble when you say, "Not now, Mom, I'm gaming."